Hi everyone and welcome back to Rachel's Enchanting Cakes. For today's tutorial I'm going to be showing you how easy it is to use the 8-inch heart frost form kit. Now if you've never heard of frost form, it's a way to get your American buttercream, your butter ganache, your normal ganache or even Swiss meringue buttercream perfectly flawless around your cakes. As you can see, I've decorated mine on a Valentine's Day theme. This has been completely covered with a very simple butter ganache. I then added wafer paper hearts, so there is no fondant at all, and just a small amount of piped detail on the top in American buttercream with some sprinkles. As always, everything you need to know in a simple step-by-step format. Happy baking everyone, and let's make a start. These are the parts that will come with your frost form kit. This is called the foam, and this is where all the liner base and the actual base as well as the cake will be going inside. Here I have the 8-inch heart form base, and just on top of this I will be adding the 8-inch heart liner base. This is the liner that makes everything work, and you can see how lovely and deep it is with the lines, just so that you can make your cakes as tall as 7-inch if you choose to. And finally, the last piece in this set is the crumb cutter. This will cut your cakes to the perfect size ready to use in your frost form. I'm going to be using sheet cake. However, here I have an 8-inch round cake tin, and I just want to show you that if you want to bake individual 8-inch round cakes, you can and still use this heart-shaped cutter as it fits perfectly. Using the crumb cutter provided, all you need to do is push this directly into your cake. Remember what I mentioned, you can use normal 8-inch round cakes for this, or you could use a sheet cake like I am doing here. Cut as many pieces as you want, but remember the liner only goes up to 7 inches tall. Now we need to assemble the cake. I start by taking the form base and adding a small amount of buttercream before placing directly on top the 8-inch heart liner base. To make certain that this cake does not accidentally move, you then want to cover the liner with a generous amount of buttercream before we apply our first layer of cake. Just be certain that the first layer of cake is central to the actual frost form. Now you can add any filling that you choose to, including jam and buttercream, but for the purpose of this content, I just add one layer of buttercream and then smooth this over with a knife. I then simply repeat this process with my other layers of cake. The most important part of this process is to make sure that each layer is bang on top of the layer below. You don't want to be edging from side to side, as this needs to fit perfectly inside the frost form with a small gap in order for us to add that delicious filling. I then crumb coat the sides of this cake. I do the rest off camera. Do take your time doing this. You don't need a thin layer of buttercream. It just will help prevent any of the crumbs from the actual cake getting into the overall filling that we're going to be placing into the frost form. We are now going to add the cake. So you want to take the form and inside just place a glass. On top of this, add your chilled cake. This will just help prevent damage. Take the liner and simply wrap it around the form base. Clip it into place and then push it directly into the form. Once it's in there, you simply want to lift up the form base and it will all slot into place perfectly. I then place this in a freezer because I'm choosing to use butter ganache, but it's also a great idea if you are using buttercream, as it helps prevent damage to the actual cake. To keep the costs down, I am using Essentials White Chocolate by Aldi. It does work for butter ganache. I have slightly adjusted this official frost form recipe, which you will find on their website. So I have got 737 grams of butter. I'm making enough for an 8.5-inch cake, where it's only classed as an 8-inch cake. I like to have a bit extra just in case. And here I have in this bowl 1,475 grams of chopped up white chocolate. Please follow the link in the description below this video to the official Frost Form website to look at their Butter Ganache recipe. So this is really simple to make. First of all, melt the butter in the microwave. If you don't have a microwave, you can easily do this over a hot stove. Once it has been melted, pour this directly into your chopped up chocolate. Now, a little tip for you, you'll notice the chocolate is on top of a bowl with some water in. That is actually boiling water. This is going to help keep this at a certain temperature, because the thing is, if it goes too cold too fast, it might be a bit difficult to work with. And in those situations, if you do place it back in a microwave, you do risk it from splitting. So I've found working over a bowl of hot water works wonders. And you simply stir until it's completely melted like it is here. And now it's ready to pour directly into our frost form. I have slowed this down just so you can see how satisfying it really is. This is how easy it is to get a flawless side to your cakes. It also works great with American buttercream. Obviously with that you would pipe it in using a piping bag. But the Frost Firm does all the work for you and you simply smooth it over the top. You can use this with normal ganache, hybrid ganache. I also have a tutorial showing you how to use Swiss meringue buttercream with the Frost Form. But when people say, is it really as easy as that to do? Yes, it is. Once I've finished doing this, I actually place mine in the freezer simply because I'm doing it for a tutorial. However, you can put it in a fridge. Just make sure it's in there for long enough. You'll know when butter ganache is ready. It has a lovely fudge-like texture to it and it just tastes of white chocolate. It's absolutely delicious. So once you have finished pouring, I would also recommend lifting the Frost Form and just dropping it slightly to allow some of the air bubbles to come out. But I'm now going to show you how flawless this really is. Start by removing the form base. Simply place it on top of a glass and gently pull down the base of the Frost Form. This will now allow you to peel away that liner and we can reveal the cake. Just watch this and see how easy it was. You saw how easy it was to make it. We poured it in, we've allowed it to set, and this liner has literally done all the work for us. Because we have used butter ganache, we also don't need to smooth out the top, because it's so runny, as long as you lift it up and down a few times, it will be lovely and smooth. And there we have our flawless heart cake using the Frost Form. The hearts are super easy, so all you need are some heart puncher cutters. These are very easy to get hold of. I bought them from Amazon. I'm then choosing to use Saraceno cake paper, but you can use any form of wafer paper. This is the largest heart cutter, just so you can see what it's like on the inside. And I simply punch holes directly into the Saraceno cake paper. We are then going to paint these different colours, and I'm going to show you how. And then as long as you keep them flat, they won't lose their shape. Homemade edible paints are very simple. First of all, you need a completely edible dust. This can be a normal colour dust or a luster dust, and some dipping solution. You simply mix the dust and the dipping solution together, and then with a fine paintbrush just go over the wafer paper. Dipping solution is pretty much 99% ethanol, so it's like pure alcohol. This evaporates really fast, and then once the product is dry, it's safe to eat, but it leaves behind that lovely edible paint. The other colours that you have seen already on the cake, I have used a gold luster dust and a pink luster dust. The only thing you need to make certain of is that they are edible lusters. Simply paint all of your hearts and then leave these on a piece of baking paper so that they can dry. To apply the hearts, I'm just going to use a small amount of edible glue. I simply use some tweezers just to help apply the heart directly to the side of the cake. You don't need too much edible glue on the back because you don't want this wafer paper going too soft. I'm only going to apply 3 here on camera, but you get the idea. You can make these hearts well in advance. It's a bit like sugar work if you were doing sugar roses. So make as many as you want, and it will help save time in regards to decorating this cake. It only took me a couple of hours to actually decorate this cake, and the frost form did all of the hard work for me. So you want to cover all of the sides until it looks something like this. And here you can see the difference. Now the one right on the front that's actually bent, all I did with the wafer paper before I applied the glue was fold it in half, and the same with the one on the back. I just folded it the opposite way. Wafer paper is so versatile, you can use it for so many things, but how stunning and simple does that look? For the heart on top, you want to start by using tip number 30. This is a Wilton nozzle. Now, to keep things very simple, I've drawn a heart on some white paper, covered this with baking paper. You can just see the outline there, and then you simply pipe over it and freeze. The next tip is tip number 100, again by Wilton. The red buttercream has been frozen, so this means if you accidentally go wrong, you're not going to damage anything. I then pipe on the baking paper and I freeze it again. Once adding one more layer of red to the centre just to make this a bit thicker, I then add some sprinkles and place back into the freezer. Once it's completely frozen, we will be able to remove this from the baking paper and apply it to our cake without damaging anything. I've slowed this down slightly so you can see me lift it on, but after all of that footage, I just want to apologise because my back gets in the way of this. But you can see the buttercream is very easily handled, and it really is as simple and as easy as that. So if you're not very confident with your piping and you want to add something a little extra to your frost form cakes, you now know that you can do that separately on some baking paper, freeze it, and then simply add it to the cake. And just look how beautiful and simple that actually is. I do have recipes on my channel for red buttercream and brilliant white buttercream, and I have hundreds of reels if you are starting on your piping journey. Happy baking, everyone. I really do hope I've helped you again today, and I'll be back soon with an awful lot more new, completely free content.